Everybody. That was real good. That was money, first of all.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Chris Knight, and you are watching The Real Review 3000. And today, more information on the Sony Disney front. We know they made the deal for one more movie, probably a Venom 2 cameo with Tom Holland, and that's about where we're at. Disney has kind of leaked out ideas for an Avengers movie with Spider-Man, so we're kind of left with this idea: is Disney going to buy Spider-Man? Now, I made it very clear that I thought that they would start at a 50-50 share, and that would be the beginnings of Disney buying Spider-Man. And with this deal, if I remember right, it was 20% or 25% profits and of everything. So I believe that's the first step towards Disney buying Spider-Man from Sony. Now, with that said, just a couple days ago, and I've been following the story now, Mikey Sutton, or according to We've Got This Covered, Mikey Sutton, the credible leaker of MCU DCEU details that I've also mentioned in my other post about this, states that Disney plans to buy Spider-Man and all its associated property from Sony instead of waiting for Sony to sell to somebody like Apple or AT&T or some other media conglomerate. The reported number being thrown around for the purchase is between $4 to $5 billion. And before you say anything about that, Sutton goes on to state that he's only heard these details from Disney. He can't say whether or not Sony is on board. Now, I have issues with the $4 to $5 billion range because they bought all of Lucasfilm and reportedly have, I believe, Indiana Jones involved in that too for $4+ billion. I can't see them spending that much money. So I kind of looked into it a little more. Now, I don't trust and I don't put my stock into Screen Rant, but Screen Rant has an article that explains why this deal won't happen. Number one is what I just said, cost. Number two is Sony only have very limited rights to Spider-Man. They sold the merchandising rights back in 2011, which they admitted was a mistake. The only revenue streams still allowed by Sony are directly related to the films, curiously to TV shows with 44 or TV shows with episodes over 44 minutes. And so basically the revenue streams are limited to things like box office takings, network deals, promotional agreements, and home and digital releases. So there's not a lot there for Disney to get out of this. Star Wars, they bought the merchandising rights. They bought all the associated properties and all the books and everything. They just bought everything out. And there was so much more there than there is really with Spider-Man. And while I still think Disney plans to buy them, I just don't think it's that much money that they're going to buy them for. But there was an interesting point that Screen Rant brought up, and it is rumor, but it's kind of accepted rumor in the industry, that there are credible reports that Marvel added a clause to their contracts with Sony that means Spider-Man's rights can't be sold on, meaning they can't go forward to anybody else other than Sony. And if that's the case, when and if Sony Pictures is sold, Spider-Man will revert back to Marvel, and it will do so for free, which means that it might cost Disney even less. So why would they pay $4 to $5 billion? They can wait it out, and Disney would know. So I kind of wonder if Mikey Sutton's hearing from Disney that they want to buy Spider-Man. I'm kind of wondering if that's true. So we've got two sides of the story. I still believe that the 25% that Sony dealt with Disney is the first step to Disney buying Spider-Man. I think that the all the Venoms, all this extra movies that they're talking about, the other characters that they're talking about bringing into movies that Sony's planning supposedly, are all kind of like little cutlets to show Disney, look what we can do, look what we can do. This is all here. You can do all of this stuff with this. And Sony kind of knows that Disney knows how to do Spider-Man. Sony has had a difficult time making Spider-Man as profitable as it could be. And with the $1 billion Spider-Man movie, Far From Home, Disney showed Sony how to do it. But Sony needs Disney to do it. So I still see Sony looking for a way to make money off of Disney before they sell themselves. And it makes sense from a business standpoint. If you sell Spider-Man off, even for less than $4 to $5 billion, if you sell Spider-Man off, you raise your stock prices because you're going to get an influx of money. And at the same moment that you do that, if you sell it off, you're going to make your stockholders a lot of money, especially the board members. And with a company like Sony that I've heard is basically not making money off of anything except for Spider-Man right now, it kind of makes sense. If we can sell it, let's sell it. Now, again, with the deal in place that it could be that Disney can wait this out and get Spider-Man for free, we'll have to see. But because Mikey Sutton says this, I kind of wonder if they have that deal in place. So I'll bring up more stuff as I see it, and that's how I see it. I still believe Disney's going to buy Spider-Man. That's just how it is. So coming up, we got some other stuff coming up tonight. After here in a couple hours, we're going to have a live stream with Sean Stackhouse on Sean Stackhouse Reacts about Van Halen. Check that out. And I know if you watch this after that, you have to go find that, but it'll be on his channel. Also, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the bell, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. 1 subscriber away from 300. So, really trying to do that. Check out the Subscribers for a Cause video. And please donate to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. The link for the GoFundMe page is down in the description of that video. And also, don't forget to help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Hashtag PandaSuitMary. Remember that. With that said, I'm Chris Knight. This has been The Real Review 3000, and I'm officially out of here.
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Minutes. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at Sean@SeanStackhouseReacts.com and chrisknight@TheRealReview3000.com. And be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.